Hello and welcome to the Boomtown Hoops postgame show. I'm Bobby Howard, and I'm here to talk to you about the Thunder's 118-97 loss to the Golden State Warriors, the first of a two-game stretch in San Francisco. And I wouldn't say it went about the way we thought, because the Thunder really did keep it close until the fourth quarter, where some guy named Michael Mulder decided to just torch us. But, it went, the result was what we expected. We certainly didn't expect a Thunder win here, just with Golden State chasing their playoff positioning and everything. But, it had everything you want in a game where the Thunder, want to compete. You don't want them to win because this tanking thing is real, and we got a massive boost from the Detroit Pistons, who I've always loved. Always loved the Pistons. Pistons got a random win against the Grizzlies tonight, which was just fantastic. Loving that on the tank. What's up, Max? Good to see you, man. But yeah, the tank rolls on. This is kind of, like I said, kind of what you thought would happen. Curry had 34. Great night shooting from 3, 6 of 13. He did Steph Curry things. But let's look at what the Thunder did, because I think we really have to look at Ty Jerome here, who, there were good performances on the team. Baisley had 22, shot a very weird 4 for 13. Don't know why he's jacking up 4 or 13 3-pointers in a game, but okay, that's fine. Maladone, chipped in 15. Everyone else was just okay, but Ty Jerome, man, this guy's legit. I'm really in on Ty Jerome as a long-term type of Thunder guy. 23 points, 50% from 3, 8 for 14 from the field in 22 minutes. That's putting in a shift right there. That's a good shift from Ty Jerome. I really like that acquisition. No Sevi Mikhailuk or Kenny Hustle tonight. DNP coach's decision. So a lot of Charlie Brown Jr. out there, who's we've talked about who Tank Commander is. We got to give it to our guy Charlie Brown. No offense to the guy. He got a second 10-day contract. He just, I don't think he's that good. Really cool hair though. Really cool hair. But this conversation of Ty Jerome versus Teo Maladone, I think it's really interesting, because I think right now, if you would have asked me a month ago, I would have said Maladone in a heartbeat. But I really think Ty Jerome's gotten to this point where, I think Jerome's definitely has it right now. He's just a scorer, man. On just what he can do, what he can bring to a second unit is something that we really hadn't seen in a while from that shooting guard position. But he's more than just a shooting guard. That 2-guard position where he can see the floor, really make smart passes, be a floor leader, but also just drain threes. That's something a good team could really want. And I think if this team comes together quicker than you think, you keep him. But that could be a very tasty trade piece in the future for someone else. So we'll see how it goes. Presti's gonna press you, but Ty Jerome, very impressed with Ty Jerome. Gabriel Deck, 6 points. Not a super impressive stat line, but you know what? The guy really absolutely scraps. That guy's really good. For his size, he's just insanely good in the paint. Wash. Moses and Charlie Brown are the tank commanders. Yeah, Roby has gotten a lot better. He has such a great control of the ball, the ability to just kind of glide to the basket. His finishing ability is just remarkable now, which is incredible. He's a really unique prospect that I'm in on Roby now. He had that one layup that was just gorgeous. He didn't have a huge night on the stat line, but everything he did looked good. Only 6 points, but like I said, when he was scoring, they were really impressive buckets. That guy can really, really break out quite an interesting moveset. Not a great night for Moses Brown. Only 2 points, minus 18. Only 8 rebounds, which is okay. That's the Warriors, as we know, not exactly a team you can play bigs against. I still have nightmares of poor Steven Adams trying to guard Steph Curry out on the perimeter because Billy Donovan loves to switch. So no, I'll never forgive him for that one. Never forgive him for that one. But at some point, you got to stop switching Enes Kanter and Steven Adams out on Curry and Clay. It just doesn't work. It didn't work. They figured that out. I agree, Max. Roby is so versatile. He's the exact type of Green kicking Adams nuts. Yeah, that was tough. But Roby is like the perfect versatile, four in today's NBA. He's a little undersized for to try to do like a small ball sort of thing. But if he can improve the reliability of that 3-point shot and his finishing, because we've seen him blow some really easy finishes in the past. There was that one game against the Phoenix Suns. I think it was the Suns where it was pretty close. And he just missed just a bunny layup. Daignault drew up a perfect play for him. He was right there, just blew it. We loved it because, we're tanking. But man, we would have been so bad at him if that was a real deal. But I'm really liking Roby. Yeah. I could definitely see him being a role player here. He's just such a unique type of player. I've liked what he's seen. He's gotten a lot better as the season's progressed. And the Fox Sports Oklahoma, Bally Sports Oklahoma broadcast brought up a really, really good point. Without summer league and or really any training camp last year, this is really a moment to get some young players, experience. This is kind of a weird extended summer league out here. So, I'm for it. The season is a season of transformation, of, let's grow through hardships. And Roby's been one of the guys who's gotten better as it's gone on. Now, I want to, Wash, I would love to see your comments on this about Roby, reminding you of a young Hami, because they're just super different players to me. Because, Roby, yeah, he does throw it down. He does have an interesting moveset, but I just see him, play different roles. I would love to see you expound upon that, because that's a good point, or that's an interesting point, because the guy can fish for sure. Just would love to see a little more on that. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, Roby's ability to hit a three is going to be what makes or breaks him in the league. Just if he can stretch that court out, really start hitting those shots, those threes more reliably. That's what's going to really make it for him as a stretch four center type guy, because he's only 6'8". He's shorter than Kevin Durant, y'all. Like he's a true 6'8". Centers don't get sized down to 6'8", and they don't actually tell you that. Usually they embellish how tall they are. A modern day Collison. Now, Nick Collison couldn't throw down dunks like that. I will say, Nick Collison had the rim grazer package, y'all. That was it. Yeah, but I will say, I see what you mean on that, because Collison was really good at that mid-range jump shot, which in today's NBA, that's kind of what that was back in the day. Nowadays, you would not want to see guys take jump shots like that. That's the worst shot in basketball or whatever. But he's kind of like like you said, a modern, if Nick Collison was in today's NBA, he'd be shooting threes. Same with Nenad Krstić. But I agree with you, Max. He needs to work on his charge game if he wants to get to next level. Nick was the charge god. Don't disrespect Mr. OKC. That's great. Nick was the god of the charge. My guy right there, the god of the charge. His number is hung in the rafters because of that grit. There's that all-time great picture of him bleeding after taking a charge. Let me pull that up for y'all. So what do y'all think of our Pistons tonight? What are they doing? I I get wanting to develop but like that's not a game you it's not a game you want to win. That's not a game you want to win. You can lose to I mean, come on. You can lose to the freaking Grizzlies, man. And Grizzlies, what are you doing? Losing to the Pistons like that? It's ridiculous. Yeah, I agree. What is Memphis doing? They're fighting for their lives out here. All right, I'm gonna share a picture of our guy over here. I don't know if y'all remember this, and if you're squeamish, I'm sorry, but look at our guy Nick Collison. What a king! What a king! He probably still logged in another 15 minutes after this. Look at this guy. That's incredible. Third quarter, they definitely bandaged him up, got him back out there. It's the Spurs. We needed him. Can't be all these people who have roasted the Thunder for having him retired. That's why you retire Nick Collison's jersey, because he put it on the court every night. That guy is just he's exactly who you wanted. He had so much grit, so much determination, and his hair always perfect, never really moved wrong. Just a true legend. Also, underrated great thing about Collison. First thing he did when he moved to Oklahoma City was start beef with local radio host Jim Traber, which is always fun. So, yeah, I agree. He's a beast. Yeah. Roby seems like a little too much of a pretty boy. I don't know if he's not a pretty boy all the way, but I don't know if he's got a long way to get to that grit status. He loves shooting. He loves the little flourish. He needs to get that grit. Collison for 1, Russ on 2. Yeah, Russ was a different level guy for sure. Well, Tankathon updates quick, so we should have the new updates. Let's share that screen. Appreciate y'all coming in tonight on such, kind of a humdrum day. We're here to celebrate the Detroit Pistons and their inability to tank, and the Grizzlies, who apparently just love the Thunder and hate the playoffs, I guess. But all right, here we got Thunder climbed up to 4, steadily getting up to that top 3. That's what you want. If you can get in the top 3, I feel really good. But, it's the draft lottery. We never know. We're probably going to get like Cleveland number 1 here, New Orleans in the top 5. It's going to be wild. Let's see what we got. What did I say about Cleveland? What is up with Cleveland and always like weaseling up here on these picks? Now, this is not awful. You got 5 and 7. That's one of those where you package up and move up. I'm glad you agree, Max. He is not the best. Not a fan. We're just a bunch of yardbirds over here, though. He'd roast the hell out of us if he heard about this. But at best, we could be 3. I agree. Best is 3, but I'm okay with 3. 3's good because you know what? Look, as you all know, you are all educated Thunder fans. It doesn't matter as long as you're in that top 3. You're in that same group. That's all I want. Would you prefer to have pick 3 or pick 5 and 7? Let's get that up here. That's a good question. I'm not super big on the draft after 4 in terms of automatic stars. So yeah, more darts are always fun. More guesses at possibly getting a really good player is great. But I love all of Green, Cunningham, Suggs, and Mobley. I think all of those guys have the chance to make it real big in the league, and all of them could fit great. So I would go with 3 just because I really like those guys. I think there's a pretty big step up And I wonder if whoever had 3 or 4 would accept. Surely, I think they might look into a 5 and 6. Maybe if there's a future option, I don't know. But I think those top 4 guys are just too valuable to not want that. So, yeah. All right, folks. It's been 15 minutes. This is not exactly a great game to talk about, but it's always fun talking with y'all. Always fun doing the little one-on-ones, little late night chat. So, shout out to the Detroit Pistons. I love y'all I always have loved the Pistons. Never any beef with y'all at all. Even though it is national or state beef month in the state of Oklahoma, it actually is. Believe it or not, look it up. But the Pistons getting Jeremy Grant back, so I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Pistons, I pull it out for us. You don't need that top 3. You don't need that top 3. Before I go, I will answer this question about Shea's injury. We really need to get Jameson on here to talk about it because he's in med school. He could tell you exactly what's going on with the plantar fascia. I'm not too worried about it. I think it is a lot of caution. But also, like, I would want to sit him out anyways. Absolutely gotta rest that up. It's not worth it. It does sound like it was more of a tear and less of a tweak. And I think partially, Daignault brought it up in his when he addressed it, that the Olympics are coming up, and he'll be a part of Canada's national team. So I think a lot of it is partially just like, hey, Shea, I know you want to do this. Let's not stress it out. And then on top of that, try to fit you in for Olympic basketball because that's something he wants to do. And I'm for it because I think playing in the Olympics means a lot more than playing in these late season games where we're not trying to win. We can get him some burnout there. Him and Dort out there on Team Canada. I said the other night I might convert to being a Canadian. That might do it for me. That'd be way too cool. Also, yes, much love, Max. Max, always good to see you, buddy. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Shea. We'll get Jameson to talk about it a little bit more. He can give you the technical ins and outs. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm heading out. So next up, Golden State again on Saturday night. Not sure who will be there because Extreme Magic Johnson voice, I ain't going to be there. We might get Cody or Jesse on. We'll see. But all I know, it's very fun talking with y'all. So y'all have a great rest of your night. And as always, thunder up. Go Pistons, too.